A beautiful day here in Laurel, Mississippi. And I welcome you to the 2026 Diamond Youth Baseball World Series. We are in round 2 of bracket play. A couple of winners from yesterday, the state champs from Alabama and the state champs from South Carolina about to do battle. This is Diamond Youth Baseball World Series presented by Smash It Sports and Smash It Sports. And I am Bill Smith up here in the booth calling the action. Saw the South Carolina team last night. Fun game. A little parallel here with this Alabama team that we'll get into in just a second. But we got a real good matchup right here. Once again, your DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports. And this is round 2 of bracket play. So both of these teams, a win today moves you on, a loss today moves you on. So this is double elimination stuff coming on. We'll get into who goes where as the day goes on and who will move on and when. Last night, both of these teams. Here's a fun parallel. This is what I love in sports. This storyline. Both these teams found themselves down in the 6th inning. Alabama down 5-3. A 2-run home run by John Hayes Tyner ties the game. Then they win it in the 7th. They go to extras. They take it down. South Carolina found themselves down 5-0 in the 6th. North Carolina had sped out to an early 3-0 lead and then built on that. And then a 6-run rally in the 6th leads them to a 7-5 victory. 7 runs, South Carolina. 7 different kids scored a run, so they did it from everywhere. The rally started with a hit by pitch, of all things, to first baseman Bentley Watts. That got them rolling. That got the base runners. They end up winning that one. So both these teams a little battle tested yesterday, coming in with come-from-behind wins, both of them. South Carolina will hit the field first. You're getting your looks right there at starting pitcher Wyatt Snipes, his catcher.
Starting on the mound for South Carolina is number 11, Wyatt Snipes.
Voice from above guiding you through that one. Eli Gillette back behind the plate. Your Lando Frost starting lineup for Alabama, who will start things off with the stick here. Barrett Burgess will lead things off. He is today's starting catcher. Chase Traylor, the second baseman. Jace Johnson in center field. John Hayes Tyner, the shortstop. Bryce Battles, the first baseman. Jack Barentine, your starting pitcher for Alabama, hits 6th. Levi Stickler in left field. Grayson Flatt starts as an extra hitter. Josh Bigham, the third baseman, hits 9th. John Ames, the right fielder, hits 10th. Sam Anderson and Maddox Davis, 11th and 12th, respectively, and they begin this game as extra hitters. About getting ready to go on a warm, beautiful day. We had some lightning and some rain here kind of in the middle of yesterday. None of that should be on the forecast for today. You know, we'll deal with things here. I'm already being called a jinx. You're welcome, everybody. Or sorry, I don't know what to do there. But we have a lovely day right now. Blue skies. It's warm out there. These kids are going to put in the work, and we're going to watch a fun ball game right here. South Carolina warm-ups are done. Now, again, mentioned we're into the second round of bracket play. The winner of this one will move on to the next round and not play till 2:45 tomorrow. The team who loses this one will play again this afternoon at 5:15. So both these teams have another game coming up today or tomorrow, irrespective of the result. We got a fun one coming up with this one. Hope everyone is happy and comfortable. If you are watching this in Dothan, Alabama, or Lancaster, South Carolina, put your feet up, enjoy, and we thank you. Everybody here at Synergy Sports Entertainment thanks you. Everybody here in Laurel, Mississippi, our host, thanks you. First pitch outside for a ball. First pitch to Barrett Burgess, 7th grader from Dothan Prep Academy. Loves the competitiveness of baseball tournament play. Gotta love that from a kid. He's ahead 1-0 here. Second pitch on the way. Inside, hitters count to Burgess. Burgess yesterday 2 for 4, and gonna mention this now off the block here. Favorite baseball memory, the walk-off hit I had last night. So he drives in the winning run in the 7th, and extras come from behind victory they had yesterday. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Early good battle here, 2-1 to the leadoff hitter from Dothan, Alabama. Snipes into his windup, delivers inside, not inside. I got ahead of myself. 2-2 here, count evened up. Reacting to Burgess's body mechanics. Got to watch for that fella in the white shirt. He's got the actual call there. Snipes is 2-2 slashed left field foul. So two teams talking to both coaching staffs. Again, exciting games yesterday, exhausting games yesterday. The South Carolina team was here pretty late. And then the other side, this Alabama team was here pretty late. Both of these are the games that got disrupted in the middle of the day yesterday for weather. Coming back, playing late, now coming right out here in the morning the next day. Ball up high, so a long first at-bat. Couple of fouls, now the count has run full. Battle here between Wyatt Snipes and Barrett Burgess, the catcher. Barrett with that walk-off RBI, so he's feeling good coming off of yesterday's action. Payoff pitch. Bounced into center field for a base hit. This will get corralled by Hale, and he will send this one in to Melton, and first hitter, the leadoff batter, aboard for Alabama. And an early conversation at the mound, sparked by Watts. Watts, the vocal leader out there, saw that leadership last night in their game.
Next up for Alabama will be number 7, Chase Traylor.
So Gillette back behind the plate as Chase Traylor steps in. Chase Traylor, 7th grader, Rehoboth Middle School down there in Dothan, Alabama. Chase Traylor likes hitting home runs. It's a beautiful day. If those flags are true, the wind is blowing out. I don't know, I'm setting up here for the kid. Runner started away from first, but then fell. So Burgess gets himself back. He's signaling a little calm down for himself. Very self-reflective young man. So the 1-0 pitch coming to Traylor. Burgess was away. We will see what he does from there. Snipes takes a peek to the plate. Bounce to second base. Flip to short. On to first. They get the out at second. Melton to Sanchez for the out at 2, but moving down the line with some pace there was Chase Traylor. So he reaches on the fielder's choice.
Number 67, Jace Johnson.
So Jace Johnson will now come up with 1 out and a runner on first, as did his counterpart before him. So Traylor will lead from first. And Double J, Jace Johnson, will step in there. Runner leaving, foul back off the fence. We'll do all that again. 0-1 pitch coming here in just a moment. Jace Johnson, Dothan Prep, 7th grader. Jace Johnson loves that it is fun to get a good hit. Is. And they've got the runner hung up, and Sanchez will apply the tag. So pickoff over there. And a pair of Alabama runners and a pair of maybe some antsiness. The fall from Burgess on the first one. Here's a look at what you just saw. Your replays brought to you by Wilson. There's the pickoff move. And Traylor just a little too much lean. He comes off. And there's the tag. So 2 outs now as Johnson's at-bat continues. He swings through a fastball. Now 0-2. So a pair of runners have reached, but Wyatt Snipes an opportunity here to get away from this one completely unscathed. The 0-2 in there for strike 3. And Snipes faces the minimum. 2 runners reach, but both out on the base pass. And he will head to his dugout. Wyatt Snipes will. He will hit third in this one as South Carolina will come to bat. South Carolina off of an exciting comeback of their own last night. It's a team that won a game 7-5. They had 2 hits last night, so opportunistic. Some bases on balls, a couple of hit by pitches, some dynamite base running, a couple of mistakes from the North Carolina team. And all that leads to a 6th run, 6th inning when they were down 5-0. And here they are advancing to this one against Alabama. Your Lando Frost starting lineup for the South Carolina champs out of Lancaster, South Carolina. Preston Hale, the center fielder, will do Leadoff duties, Bryson Hale, one of the extra hitters in this afternoon's lineup. Wyatt Snipes, the pitcher, will hit third. Bentley Watts, the first baseman, fourth. Mason Barrett, the third baseman. Connor Melton, the second baseman. Maddox Blackman, one of the extra hitters, will hit seventh. Julian Mosley, the right fielder, will hit eighth. Eli Gillette, the catcher, hitting ninth. Aiden Sanchez, the shortstop, hitting 10th. Colton Edwards, Carson Melton, the left fielder, rounded out 11th and 12th. Getting your first look right there at Jack Barentine, starting pitcher today for this Alabama team.
On the mound today for Alabama is number 10, Jack Barentine.
Cheer for Jack Barentine from the Alabama faithful out there, as he is announced by coach to my right, the voice from above. Want to make sure we get a note here. Today's game brought to you by Lando Frost, family-owned business that has been making great tasting lunch meat for over 60 years. Find their brands in supermarkets nationwide. Check them out at landofrost.com. And you previously saw one of our replays in there brought to you by Wilson. You can make plays at any position with all the Wilson model baseball gloves, the A2K, the A2000, designed long-lasting pro stock leather, trusted by players like Mookie Betts, Ellie Dela Cruz, a couple elite talents there. Visit wilson.com to learn more and find your next favorite glove. So Barentine will take the ball here. Preston Hale will lead things off. Preston Hale, one of the run scorers in last night's game. He will step in. Did some of the pitching last night for South Carolina. Now stands here as the leadoff hitter once again. And takes a first pitch strike. Young P-Dog fondly recalls coming to the World Series. This is a South Carolina group that has been to the World Series a few times. Second called strike right there, 0-2 to the leadoff hitter from South Carolina. This is a Lancaster team that's been together for a number of years, and 3 years in a row, different pockets of this group has been here or at the World Series, maybe not Laurel. Tapped along the third baseline. This is going to die in the grass right in front. He's going to reach. So Hale aboard with a little swinging bunt action. And just like his counterpart on Alabama, the leadoff hitter is aboard in the form of Preston Hale, and cousin Bryson Hale will now step in.
South Carolina, number 2, Bryson Hale.
Young Deuce. Fondness for those state titles. Check of the runner at first. Deuce Hale, huge contingent from Buford Middle School. We know folks at Buford, today's Saturday, but heard they had this game on at the school yesterday for some early school year prep and classwork. This was on over there, so shout out to everyone down in the Lancaster area and Buford Middle School. Apparently, the 2 Lancaster teams here, there's a 10U team and this Ozone team, 24 total kids, 20 of them attend Buford Middle, so proud community and proud school right there. Shout out to everybody watching this back down there in that part of South Carolina. Check over at the runner. Hale is back. The 0-1 pitch to Bryson Hale from Barentine. Down low and a check of the runner. Barrett Burgess doing the catching duties for Alabama. I love, maybe because it's often foreign, but the aesthetic of a left-handed catcher. Bunt to the third baseline. This is going to stay fair. This dies on the line. Bigham wanted to let that one roll foul. It came off the grass, and it was just sort of creeping that way. But it stayed on the chalk, and now 2 runners aboard. Hale and Hale for South Carolina.
Next up for South South Carolina will be number 11, Wyatt Snipes.
Here's a look. There's the bunt. And this just trickles along the grass and then just holds up, dies shy of the bag, but on the chalk. So Bigham a step into the grass here. Runners at first and third, and they're going to check the runner at 2. So Preston Hale's little swinging dribbler, followed by Bryson's bunt, a little small ball, puts the first 2 runners aboard as Wyatt Snipes, today's starting pitcher, stands in. So officials making sure that shoes are tied. And Barentine now, a conversation happening with the South Carolina coach as well. Coach Watts coming in. They're checking on Barentine's arm. I hope the young man's okay. Coach Battles, Coach Watts, both out there. Thumbs up from Coach Battles, but we're going to give Barentine maybe a second here to collect himself, see if he's all right. Thumb from the kid. Coach Battles not convinced just yet, so we'll make sure the young man is okay. Know this Alabama community. It's another team that has been together for a number of years and been to multiple World Series. The Dothan American League. Shout out to everybody back home watching that one in Alabama. We know they're cheering these guys on, hopefully cheering on, of course they are, I shouldn't say hopefully, Jack Barentine right here. Coach Watts, Coach Battles, umpires talking with the Alabama starting pitcher. So Ballantyne appears to be well enough to continue. Official still having a chat with him, just making sure. Shout of appreciation to the umpiring crew for all they're doing. So Barentine will continue, and we will play on here. Wyatt Snipes, and then checking the runner at third, early steal. He's safe under the tag. So Preston Hale leaning. Barentine does react, but just a step late. He pulls into third there, does Preston Hale. Bryson still at first. Pitch to the plate, driven into right field. This ball is sailing toward the wall, hits the wall. 1 run will score. Snipes will pull up at first. Bryson Hale was holding up to make sure that ball wasn't caught, so he only reaches second. Snipes with a real long single, but an RBI. And Lancaster, South Carolina is ahead 1-0 early in this one.
Now back to South Carolina, 0-0, Bentley Watts.
Here's a look. Ames chased it down, but it hits the screen of the wall. First pitch to Watts in the dirt. This gets all the way underneath. Wanted to say all the way to the screen, but it bounced around underneath Burgess for a sec there. But both runners will move up. Bentley Watts started the rally yesterday in the 6th. I mentioned that before. Hit by a pitch. Ended up scoring the first, what would be, of 6 runs to put them ahead. And he drives this one into the left center field gap. This is down and up against the wall. 2 runs will score. Watts will hold up at first. Throw comes into the plate. All the way to the screen will put Watts on second. So a 2 RBI knock of a double for Bentley Watts. double on the throw, so 2 RBI single. But nonetheless, Watts stands on second base, nobody out, and South Carolina running out to a 3-0 lead. Now an infield conversation, there's the head first slide from Wyatt Snipes. Ball going all the way to the backstop. Tyner and Bigham, you see in your shot there. Trailer conversation with their hurler. Barentine getting talked up. Mentioning the rarity of the aesthetic. Barrett Burgess, the talented catcher, but he's left-handed. Love that look out there on a ball field. Uncommon though it is. Mason Barrett now stands in. Takes a breaking ball for a first pitch strike. Barrett, the 8th grader from Buford Middle. Mentioned this last night. A favorite memory was his team all bleaching their hair after a big win. That was a fun one. There's another called strike. So Barrett quickly in the hole, 0-2. Barentine checks the runner. Watts with a lead. Grounder out to short. Watts coming across. Throw comes over to first. Picked and out there. Real nice play by Battles over at first. Battles might be feeling that one. Little hop to get loose once again. Tyner ranging to his right, makes a strong throw. Battles with the stretch. They get Barrett at first. There's a look at the play. Barrett's ground ball moves Watts over to third. There's a good stretch over there. Demonstrative call by your first base official. Love that look. Cannon Melton in there. Swing and a miss and a fake of a throw from the left-handed Barrett Burgess. One to Cannon Melton. He's going to lay down a bunt. This goes toward first. The only play will be to 1. Another run will score. Cannon Melton with an RBI sacrifice. And South Carolina extends their lead to 4-0.
South Carolina's number 44, Maddox Blackman.
Maddox Blackman now stepping in with a 4-0 lead, 2 outs here, and bottom 1. Blackman, the Mad Dog. Scored a run, had a walk in yesterday's matchup. Swings through this one. Nice pitch from Barentine. And now Blackman will stand in there. Did some of the pitching last night. 2 2/3 of solid work. Swings over this one, though. Strike 3. Barentine gets his first strikeout of the game. But South Carolina plates 4. We're through 1 full inning. South Carolina leads Alabama 4-0. This is the DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports.
Proud to be the diamond sponsor of the 2026 Diamond Youth Baseball World Series. Smash It Sports is your one-stop shop for everything baseball and softball. Top brands, unbeatable prices, and gear trusted by players and coaches everywhere. From T-ball to the World Series stage, we've got your players and teams covered. Use code DYB15 to save 15% off your order at SmashItSports.com today.
Are you frustrated with league management systems that make you feel like you need an engineering degree to use them? Introducing TeamPass, a youth sports management system made simple. No more complicated pages or confusing websites. TeamPass gives you quick and easy tools for better league management at a price less than a gallon of gas. You can spend less time working and more time playing. Visit www.teampass.com for more information.
Welcome back to Laurel, Mississippi. We're at the Sousa Vinton Sports Complex here in beautiful Laurel. DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports. South Carolina with an early 4-0 lead after 1 inning of play. Want to remind everybody the starting lineup brought to you by Lando Frost. Shout out to Wilson. Shout out to Sadler Sports Insurance. Today's game, all the games of the World Series, brought to you in part by Sadler Insurance. They've been the endorsed insurance partner for DYB for decades. Think of Sadler for all your sports insurance needs. For all different types of sports and activities, quotes are available instantly online at sadlersports.com. John Hayes Tyner, the leadoff hitter here. Here in the second inning, Tyner off a huge game last night, 2 for 3. Hits a home run, 4 strikeouts in his work on the mound. So looking to chip away at that 4-0 lead. This is the guy you want coming up. Tyner, huge home run last night, tying the game late, helping to spark a rally, led Alabama to that win under the lights here in Laurel last evening. Takes a big hack at first pitch. 0-1. Young J.H. from Rehoboth Middle School on his way to 7th grade, on his way to a second pitch here. Sees a breaking ball fly up over his head, so count will be even at 1-1. Snipes has his sign into his delivery. Two-one to the cleanup hitter. Both cleanup hitters doing damage in last night's comebacks. Mentioned Watts previously, Tyner here. This ball just a little bit inside. Good snap on pop of that fastball. That's good audio work by the crew here. Nice job out there, fellas. Everything looks great, sounds great, and I'm here too. Ball on its way, and a leadoff walk for John Hayes Tyner, young J.H. He will reach, so Alabama looking to
Stepping in, Alabama's #1, Bryce Battle.
get their way back in this one, and a leadoff walk here in the second is just the way to start that. Bryce Battle is a 7th grader from Rehoboth coming up. Timeout at the plate for the young first baseman. Battles with a real nice defensive play. The pick off the throw from Tyner. Battles 0 for 3 in last night's game. Looking to get off the schneid here. Check of the runner. Watts wants to have a quick word with his hurler. Great fan support for both of these teams. Looking down at all of the canopy tents and the crowds that have come. South Carolina team. That Lancaster community with 2 teams here. A lot of folks watching both teams, so a lot of overlap. Pitch on the way. There's a bouncing ball towards second base. Dive of a stop, but no play. So the ball was kept in the infield by Melton. Lays out, shows some glove, no play, but keeps the runners where they are, first and second.
We're stepping in next for Dothan, #10, Jack Barentine.
Battles a reach with that infield single. Here's a look at the dive from Melton. Laying out, can't quite find it to get that one away. Pitching away, sliced foul on the right side. Jack Barentine. We got pitcher against pitcher action going on here. A 1 pitch coming to the Alabama hurler. Inside, a little tight there, a little Little chinnish music there. And a check and a dive back of the runner up at second base. As Snipes will climb the mound yet again. Checks the runner. Melton dancing around, keeping him there. Pitch outside. No hole over at first base. Watts playing behind the runner. Melton making sure the runner Tyner is aware of his presence. Tyner leads from second, battles from first. The pitch. Bounce back off the screen. Barentine's taking some nice hacks here. Pitch on the way. This one inside, so Battle Brew here has brewed, here's what I want, to a full count. Barentine with a rehearsal hack, steps in. Nobody down first and second. Snipes his payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Snipes gets the strikeout. So one down, runners remain. Conversation between Gillette, Watts, and Snipes. Here's a look at the strikeout pitch.
Now batting for Alabama, number 17.
Upstairs,
Levi
gas.
Stickler.
Barentine swings underneath that one. And now Levi Stickler will step in. Sees a pitch go behind him. Levi Stickler, 7th grader from the Houston Academy. The fierceness and competitiveness of baseball. Love the use of fierceness here. Pitch on the way inside. Ball bouncing away. Both runners are going to move up. Gillette not able to handle that. So the pass ball will put runners in scoring position. Stickler now with an opportunity to put a dent in that South Carolina lead. Stickler with a pair of hits and an RBI in last night's game. Another pitch inside, so 3-0 here. Stickler communicating with Coach Battles on the approach on this one. Snipes. Gets a strike over 3-1. So hitters count coming here for young Levi Stickler. Stickler proud of a home run he hit in the state tournament this year. Looking to do a little damage with this one. Pitch on the way. Bounced foul off of his leg. Now the count has run full, so Snipes got behind, but now has got a pair of strikes. Another payoff pitch coming. Long at bats in this inning here, working against Snipes. And a pitch high all the way to the screen. This is ball 4. So Alabama here has loaded the bases. One down. Bases loaded for Grayson Flatt, who will step in. Coach Watts wants to chat with his pitcher. So Watts coming out to strategize with his crew. You see Coach Battles talking with his base runners right there as well, as wearing a Interesting spot here. 4-0 lead for South Carolina, but Alabama with the bases loaded and 1 down in their half of the second inning. Grayson Flatt will step in there shortly. Another shout to our lineup sponsor, Lando Frost. Today's game and all the games brought to you by Lando Frost Family Owned Company. Sees great importance in keeping communities and their families healthy and active. Lando Frost started their youth sports initiative in 2003, which helps provide funds to help cover costs associated with organizing and operating youth sports organization. If you are part of an organization, you might want to look into that. Find out more at landofrost.com. Grayson Flatt now with the bases loaded. Pitch on the way. Bounce towards short. This is going to get all the way through. They'll score at least 1. Ball back in from center field. Run around third. Play to the plate. There's the tag. There's the out. Great looking relay and a tag from Gillette. And they cut the second runner down at the plate, but Alabama is on the board. So Battles cut down, but Tyner scores. Flat with the RBI. Here's a look at the play. Into third. Nice throw. Good hose there from Barrett. Barrett, the third baseman.
Number 2, Josh Bingham.
So Flat with the RBI single. Battles out at the plate on the relay throw from Barrett. Barrett with a couple of real nice defensive plays over the last couple of days. Spoke to that young man before the game. Gave him props for his glove work and his swagger with his glove. Pitch on the way to Bigham. Bigham pops one into center field. This is a dangerous spot. What a diving stop. Melton with the diving catch. And that's going to do it for this Alabama rally. Alabama loads the bases, does come away with 1, but just 1. And Melton with an exciting catch there to end it. Melton with a couple of nice defensive plays today.
South Carolina, 34.
Here's a look at this play. Contender, if I may say so, if you're going to say baseball player of the game. We got a lot of baseball left. Diving catch from Melton. And we head to the bottom of the second with a 4-1 game. So Alabama does crack through. They do get the first run, the RBI from Grayson Flatt.
Go ahead. Gotcha. Third base. Thank you.
So some subs defensively for the Alabama team. Maddox Davis moving his way into left field. Anderson in right, and Flatt, Grayson Flatt, over at third. So second inning of work here coming for Barentine, who, I don't know if health scare is too dramatic, but they were checking on his arm last inning. Everything seems A-okay, and he struck out the last batter he faced to end
Leading off for South Carolina.
the first.
Number 24, Julian Mosley.
But not before South Carolina was able to get 4 runs. Julian Mosley stepping in, 8th grader, Buford Middle. Julian Mosley and I share a couple of things: a love of baseball, a love of the Atlanta Braves, and a love of Ronald Acuna Jr. Bounce back out of there. I think Mosley and I both would share. We hope Acuna stays healthy. That has been a bugaboo for that guy. Fun to watch when he's out there. Just like Julian Mosley. 0-1 pitch. Mosley with a couple of walks, an RBI, and a base on balls last night in that late game. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. Angle of that one started toward Mosley's face, and it hooks in. Caught a lot of plate. Barentine's 1-2. Bounces this one in the level account at 2. Mentioned Mosley, one of the run scorers. 7 different guys crossing the plate for the South Carolina team, so damage can come from anywhere. Bounces this one toward third. This will go foul. Unlike a couple in the first inning. Flat able to just let that one roll away, and we'll have another 2-2 pitch coming to Mosley here in just a moment. Count even for this Barentine-Mosley battle. Barentine into his windup, kicks, fires, slapped up in the air toward right field. Catch is made. Brought down by Anderson, who retires the first hitter, 1 away here in the South Carolina half of the first. Little peek at action going on our other field. On the H2O field, Florida leading Arkansas 3-zip. That game in the second inning.
Now batting for South Carolina, number 17, Eli Gillette.
Eli Gillette standing in. Takes a high breaking ball to start this one. Gillette, the catcher. Want to always shout the catchers on a warm summer day, wearing all that stuff. Popped up back behind the plate and losing track of it. Burgess couldn't quite find it. So Gillette will get another chance here. Burgess throws his mask up, looks up, and then just could not find the baseball. Gillette with a couple of RBIs in last night's game. Had one of his team's 2 hits. There's a strike in there. Correction, had a walk and an RBI. Also, one of those 7 guys scoring a run. Pitch on the way. This is lifted foul back out of play. We'll do the 1-2 yet again. Pitch on the way to Gillette. Swing and a miss, but ball is back behind Burgess, who completes the strikeout with a throw to first. So Gillette strikes out, 2 outs here. Bottom 2. And Aiden Sanchez will come to the plate. Aiden Sanchez with one of the hits, a big,
Carolina's number 20, Aiden Sanchez.
big 2-run double in that 6th inning rally yesterday that put South Carolina ahead. Flashed the leather a bit yesterday. He had a dynamite game last night. This kid's been fun to watch. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Barentine gets ahead here. The 0-1. Lifted. This is in play. And what a play over there from first. Bounding in and taking that one was Battles. The lift Alabama needs as they head to the 3rd, down 4-1 as Battles grabs that one out of the air. Folks, stay with us. 3rd inning action here at the Diamond Youth World Series, presented by Smash It Smarts, coming your way.
love of the game begins with the bat and ball. This is America's game. More than 5 million people are having fun at bat, and even more have answered the call to play ball. With the help of those who came before, our pastime's future is bright. When the lights are brightest, those who came through the pipeline are ready. All roads lead here. Playing for your country, playing for the love of the game, playing for glory.
Welcome back to the DYB World Series, presented by Smash It Sports. Pitching change for South Carolina. Bentley Watts in there. So we had a little quick look in. May get some more of that. Some of the AAA action going on elsewhere in this park here in the beautiful Sportsplex here in Laurel, Mississippi. Fantastic hosts for this event. This is the 5th time Laurel has hosted the DYB World Series. First since 21. Everything looks great. Everything moving along. Love the folks down here. All of us at Synergy Sports Entertainment, we want to thank Laurel, the whole gang here at Parks and Rec for their hospitality for our 2 weeks. And everybody, you saw the commercial, but please go check out, visit laureljones.com for more info on this great region. Watts' first pitch in there for a strike. John Ames sees a called strike flash across from the big lefty on the mound. Swinging strike 2. Watts ahead quickly 0-2 on Ames. Ames, the 6th grader, loves shagging a ball down in center field. Definitely fun chasing that down. His teammate Battle is doing just that to end the inning a moment ago. One and 2 pitch coming here from Watts. Pitch on the way. Bounce back out of play. Watts with a little 3/4 sidearm delivery. Done a dynamite job over at the bag at first. Our first look here at him as a pitcher. Breaking pitch. Spins to the outside edge and strike 3 called. So Ames down on strikes. And Alabama's Sam Anderson will step in.
Alabama's number 23, Sam Anderson.
Young Sammy Sosa loves getting on base. Loves to start a rally here. Here's a pitch look at the pitch. Spun that one in there nicely and blew one by right here. Anderson in there. Lost a little control of that one. 2-1 pitch coming your way. Here's the play by Battles to end the inning. Racing in and got it. Fastball outside, misses. Pitch from Watts. Showing bunt, taking a strike was Anderson. Full count here to Sam Anderson. Watts looks in. Glove from his chin to his waist. Ball to the plate. Inside, ball 4. So Anderson draws a 6-pitch walk. That'll bring up Maddox Davis with a runner on.
Stepping in for Alabama is number 11, Maddox Davis.
Davis is 6th grader, Newton Elementary School. Maddox loves getting a good hit. Looking to drive one here. Young MGD stands in. Watts checks his runner to the plate. Their ball inside, a little high as well. Maddox with a walk in yesterday's game. Couple of plate appearances. And he's got the runner picked off. The lefty move catches Anderson leaning. Now the bases are cleaned up, 2 outs. And the at-bat with Davis will continue. Swinging strike there, levels the count at 1-1. Davis thrilled to be here as a part of the World Series. And he taps this one over the first baseman and into right field for a base hit. He'll pull into first and hold up there. So getting a good hit. Maddox Davis, you call that one. And he's got one there. This is going to turn the lineup over. So 2 outs, but your leadoff hitter Burgess coming up for Alabama.
Back to the top of the Alabama lineup for number 31, Barrett Burgess.
So Burgess singled in the first. Put out at second on a ground ball by Trailer. Pickoff attempt doesn't catch this runner napping. Davis diving back in. In there for a strike. Fastball zipped across the plate. Barrett Burgess, fan of the Atlanta Braves, as I am, young sir. We've mentioned this before, but lists Drake Baldwin as his favorite player, catcher to catcher. Baldwin's a great choice. He's fun to watch. This ball's popped up and caught, retiring the side. That was taken out of the air by Bryson Hale. And that'll do it for Alabama in their half of the third. 2-out walk to Davis goes uncashed, and we head to the bottom of the third with South Carolina ahead 4-1. Both these teams off of big victories yesterday. There's a look at your weather here in Laurel. 96. Slightest bit overcast. Sun isn't beating down. You've got the littlest bit of cloud coverage helping, but 96 is that is a state for these kids. Working very, very hard out there in this weather. You're going to see Jack Barentine out for his 3rd inning of work.
Go ahead. 423 right field. 423 right field. Got it. 17 for 11 left field. 17 for 11 left field. Got it. 228 third base. 2 third base. Thank you.
So changes registered for Alabama. Burgess ending the inning with the pop-out, still getting suited up here as his infield is working around without him. Have shouted out Lando Frost, Wilson Sadler. I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out our diamond sponsor, the proud diamond sponsor of the 2026 DYB World Series, Smash It Sports, the nation's largest online baseball and softball equipment retailer. They got a price match guarantee. They got free shipping. Over 100 top brands. Find your next game changer at smashitsports.com. Smash It Sports, where champions shop. They also field some very talented teams up in the Western New York region, where I hail from. So warm-up pitches completed. And we head to the bottom of the third with Jack Barentine out there for his third inning of work. 3 up, 3 down in the second, an inning ago for South Carolina. So Barentine settled in after the 4-run first.
Stepping in, 18, Colton Edwards.
Colton Edwards will lead things off here for the South Carolina champs. Young Glacier. Another fan of Ronald Acuna Jr. I don't own a lot of pro baseball jerseys, but that is one I have, young sir. Pitch on the way to Edwards, bounces outside for a ball, 2-0. To Colton Edwards. South Carolina outfielder. Oh for 2 in last night's game. Looking to spark something here. His team ahead. Ball inside. He's got a 3-0 count. We know that lots of folks from Lancaster Dixie baseball back home watching this one. There's a strike. A community of 9,600 and change folks down there. It's a very supportive community. Lots of energy. Lots of really friendly folks that I've been talking to. Tapper to third. This gets over and into right field. Bigham couldn't handle it. And a base hit to lead off the third inning for Colton Edwards.
Stepping in for South Carolina, number 3, Carson Melton.
Carson Melton in there. Carson and Cannon, pair of brothers. Carson with a walk in last night's game. Some good defensive work as well. Here's a tapping bunt, left side. Throw to first will retire Melton, but that moves Edwards to second. So a sack bunt of sorts.
For number 21, Preston Hale.
Carson Melton retired. And Preston Hale, the leadoff hitter, will step in, singled and scored a run back in the first inning. Now he taps one that is caught out of the air. Another nice play over there from Battles. Bryce Battles flashing the first base leather today.
Next up for South Carolina, number 2, Bryson Hale.
So Colton Edwards leads from second base. Bryson Hale with 2 outs. Your batter. And he pops a ball taken out of the air. Tyner catches that one. And the side is retired. We head to the fourth, 4-1, South Carolina over Alabama, but a couple innings left. This is the DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports.
You guys are crushing. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasting, bread. Cheese, 10 more, go.
I'm getting shredded.
Land of Frost premium meat, now in hot honey flavors.
I know when I'm putting a Wilson glove on, I don't got to worry. You get over 40,000 pitches thrown throughout a season. It's always trying to stay locked in one pitch at a time, slow down the game, and want the ball to be hit to you.
I want to play every day. No, I like to have fun.
Love this thing. I'm going to probably use this thing as long as I can.
Got to be locked in every pitch. At the end of the day, I just want to get outs for the pitchers.
It holds up throughout the entire season, which is a huge deal when you're playing every day.
I've been using the same glove for quite a while now. It's a testament to the product that y'all have been able to put in my hands.
If people have a Wilson glove, it's one of the best so far. No, the best, it's the best. People know that.
Tired of missing registration deadlines while managing work and family chaos? Team Pass makes youth sports registration simple. Sign up your kids for their favorite activities in minutes from anywhere. Tell your leagues to get Team Pass now. Visit www.teampass.com.
Smasher Sports is proud to be the diamond sponsor of the 2026 Diamond Youth Baseball World Series. Smasher Sports is your one-stop shop for everything baseball and softball. Top brands, unbeatable prices, and gear trusted by players and coaches everywhere. From T-ball to the World Series.
Watts' first delivery here in the fourth. Bounce off the fence from Chase Trailer. Welcome back to Laurel, Mississippi. Fourth inning action here in the DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports. There's Smash It Sports right there. Watts' 0-1. Just a bit outside. So 1-1 here to Chase Trailer. Here's a look at the liner that was caught for the out there. Nice play from the shortstop position from Tyner. Now here's a ball out to short. Throw across, safe. Outrunning this one. Trailer flying down that line. Runs out an infield single.
Attaboy, let's go. Come on, Jay.
Sanchez with a strong throw. Hale with a strong stretch.
Next up for Alabama, number 60.
But Trailer aboard. So leadoff hitter aboard for Alabama. And now another lefty pickoff move. Jace Johnson, double J. Favorite baseball memory last night. Hayes hits the home run, tying up the game to later win in extras. That's a fun one, kid. Johnson in that same game, 1 of 3 with an RBI. Ball inside. Worked to a hitter's count here, 2-0. As Chase Trailer leads from first. Watts from the set, strike in there. Good look there at Watts with the runner leading away. Check over, diving back, Trailer. Some appreciation for his pickoff mechanics from the booth here. Bouncing ball right side. Sun is shining here on a very warm day. But a beautiful day for baseball. Any day we're out playing baseball is a beautiful day for baseball. Shoe tying emergency has been dealt with, and we are back. 2-2, Watts and Johnson. Good battle brewing here. To the plate. Spinning another one. Just off the plate, says the official. Full count to Johnson. Smoked down the first baseline, but outside of first, foul ball. This battle continues here. Jace Johnson, a 3-sport athlete, lists football and basketball. A couple other sports he is involved in. Seeing the athleticism of this kid, I, without any other evidence, expect he's very good at both of them. Pitch. Inside, Johnson draws the walk, so first and second now. As Tyner will step in.
John Hayes Tyner.
So Tyner with a huge home run last night to tie the game. Big spot here with a couple runners on. His team down 3. First pitch from Watts. Outside for ball 1. It's Alabama team from the Circle City of Dothan, Alabama. the peanut capital of the world, as I was informed a little while ago. Pitch from Watts. Bounce outside of first. Foul. High on my list of favorite foods is peanut butter, so I would enjoy this town. So John Hayes Tyner, the shortstop. Flashed the leather a little while ago. Now up here with the stick. Watts' pickoff attempt. Johnson leaned it towards second on the move and then gets himself back. Again, that athleticism. Maybe slightly banged up. We hope he's okay. He leads away from first. Trailer shimmying away from second. Watts to the plate. Spins this one outside. Two and one to the Alabama cleanup hitter. Had another hit in addition to that big home run yesterday. Total of 3 RBIs. Looking for some more here. Fouls this one back off the door. Coach Watts wants a word with pitcher Watts. Here at the DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports. Smash It Sports is our diamond sponsor. Whether your player is chasing their next bet or parent gearing up for player, future star, whoever's in your household playing this great game of baseball, Smash It Sports has you covered. The best brands and unbeatable prices. Shop now at smashitsports.com. Conversation between Watts and Watts concludes. Pitcher watch. Looks in. Long looking at his hitter and a timeout called. Battle brewing here between respective cleanup hitters. Watts and Tyner. Pitch on its way. Strike 3. Watts wins that battle. That'll bring Bryce Battles to the plate.
Now batting for Alabama, number 1, Bryce Battles.
Battles some slick plays defensively today. Singled in the second, was thrown out at the plate. Strike on the inner half here to start his at-bat. Here's that last pitch. Good looking pitch from Watts there. That one as well just misses. 1-1 to number 1, Bryce Battles. Battles set. Watts set to the plate. Swung on and missed. This is to the screen. And so both runners will move up. Burgess not quite able to handle that one. Gillette, I should say.
Bryce, you got it, buddy? You're good, Bryce?
So Battles now with a couple runners in scoring position. Calls time to collect himself. Bryce Battles. Watts set. Pitch on its way. Just misses with that. So 2-2 here. Fastball now down low, fills up the count. So Battles here has worked the count full. A couple of runners waiting to be cashed. This ball inside and goes all the way to the screen. We're going to have a play at the plate here. Safe as Trailer comes dashing down the line. So on the wild pitch, Trailer scores. Battles ends up all the way down at second as no one is paying attention. And the official is sending him back. The official called time on the field, so Battles will return to first base. Johnson, though, down at third. Trailer has scored on the walk by Battles.
Stepping to the plate next is number 10, Jack Barentine.
The catcher snipes. Giving some communication for this situation here. First and third with Jack Barentine in there. Pitcher against pitcher matchup. Watts, pick off, throw over to first. No bite over there from Battles. Watts' pitch, swung on and miss. Battles will pull into second after all.
38 pitches for South Carolina, 38.
Watts' pitch count creeping up here in the fourth. Fastball down low. 1-1 count. Second, third, one down in a 4-2 game. Pitcher Jack Barentine at the plate. Johnson with a break from third base. Certainly not an actual steal attempt of home, but maybe getting in the heads of the South Carolina defense with that one. Both teams manipulating the pace here. Watts' pitch, cut on and missed, and then there's a look at third base at Johnson. Watts is set, 2-2 delivery. Smacked off the wall on the right side. We'll have another 2-2 pitch here in just a sec to Jack Barentine. Jack Barentine, memory of getting the strikeouts to win the World Series previously. It's a heck of a memory, kid. Another one off the wall on the right side. Barentine fighting off good fastballs here. Snipes the catcher with the sign. Watts the pitcher to the plate. Another one to the right side. Barentine fighting on the fastballs, a little behind him, but tapping them all away. Another 2-2. This is tapped on the right side. Play will be made at first, but this scores a run. Johnson races home. So Barentine out at first, but an RBI.
Next up, number 17, Levi Stickler.
So the long at-bat ends with the out at first. Hale taps on one, but we got a one-run ball game here, everybody. Battle's now down at third, and an 0-1 count to Levi Stickler. Big cut there. Number 17, Levi Stickler. His hero, Shohei Ohtani, follows this one back. Dodger fan Stickler in there with an 0-2 count. Runner down at third. Pitch on the way. Another backdoor breaking ball. This one just missing. And this one is bounced to short. Not handling the hap was Sanchez, and this will score the tying run. So Levi Stickler aboard, and we are tied 4-4.
Number 28, Grayson Flat.
Grayson Flat will now step in, Providence Christian zone. Here's another look at that last play. This takes a hop that Sanchez just can't quite. You see the young shortstop in your foreground there. He's had a heck of a couple of days here, but doesn't come up with that one, and we are tied. And a throw to first gets thrown off of the leg of the batter. Nothing going here. Snipes with a quick trigger throw to first. It doesn't get there. But we'll have a pitch from Watts here. Outside, so the count has run to 3-0 to Grayson Flat. 8th grader loves getting to travel to places playing this game. And a unique stoppage as a tent providing some shade for some folks in right field has been blown over the fence. There you go. Good shot, boys.
Well, that needs to go in the...
And any number of camera shots, you can see the breeze that is out there. It's hot out there, don't get me wrong, but there is a strong wind. Right now it is blowing kind of hard out from right field to left field, and you see evidence of it right there. Hopefully no permanent damage. Sometimes those things are not as sturdy as they. I'm getting a probably not sign here in the box. And the ball 4 pitch to Flat.
Hey, nothing wrong with seeing pitches here, Josh. Let's go.
So Josh Bigham will step in.
Stepping to the plate next is number 2, Josh Bigham.
Bigham popped to second to end the second inning. Great play by Melton to catch that one. Bigham in here, young JB. Sees an outside edge fastball in for a strike. Coming to the World Series. Bigham lists here, what he loves about baseball, it is like a family sport. Love that. Love that mentality. Bigham pushes this one fouled on the right side. We're going to have an 0-2 pitch here coming up. Bigham 0 for 3 in yesterday's game. Looking to do some damage here. Outside check of the runner at first. Not sure Hale knew that one was even coming. One and 2 to the Alabama third baseman. Watts has his sign, checks at 2. Steps, delivers. Breaking pitch off the plate. Another look at 2. Another step, another pitch. Bounce toward second base, on to first, and Bigham is retired. But not before Alabama ties this one. We are heading to the bottom of the 4th of a tie ball game, 4-4. An infield single, a couple of walks, and then an RBI base hit and an RBI ground out. There's your story. Here's a look at the bouncing ball that gets through at short. This drove in the tying run. That one coming off the bat of Levi Stickler, but brand new game here, everybody. If you're watching in Dothan, Alabama, if you're watching in Lancaster, South Carolina, wherever you are tuning in to check this one out, we want to thank you for that. Seeing all the action here from Laurel, Mississippi on a hot, hot day. Here's a little peek in. Some AAA ball over in other parts of this park between Louisiana and Mississippi.
All right, go ahead. 23 for 4 in right field. 23 for 4 in right field. 4 for 31 at catcher. Catcher. 31 for 10 at pitcher. 31 is pitching. 11 for left field. 28 for 2 at third. That was awesome.
So Alabama changes bunch of switches there. Davis in left field among them, but Barrett Burgess now your pitcher.
Now on the mound for Alabama, number 31, Barrett Burgess.
Mississippi, Louisiana, 2-1 game in AAA over another part of the park here. Some live look-in coverage here. The DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports, Synergy Sports and Entertainment. Our folks bringing you this great looking coverage. Exciting 2-1 game there, and an exciting 4-4 game here. So Burgess will come in for his first inning of work in this one.
Leading off for South Carolina, number 11, Wyatt Snipes.
Pitch on the way. Burgess with 4 strikeouts in yesterday's game. Wyatt Snipes leading off this 4th inning here. Saw a ball, now sees another one. Burgess with some good work in last night's ball game. Helped his team to that comeback victory. But quickly behind, 3-0 here to Wyatt Snipes. Young Sticks. Snipes, Braves fan. Favorite player out there, Will Smith. Fun fact, or maybe fun's the wrong adjective, but that is in fact my name as well. He's not talking about me. Strike in there. Burgess with a 3-1 to Snipes. In there for strike 2. Not sure Snipes agrees. But now a payoff pitch coming here as we play in the bottom of the 4th of a tie game. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strikeout for Burgess, adding to the total from last night.
Stepping in for South Carolina, 00, Bentley Watts.
Bentley Watts. First baseman pitcher stepping in. Here's a look at the strikeout pitch to Snipes a moment ago. Your replay is brought to you by Wilson. Visit wilson.com to learn more about gloves and equipment prices and all the things you need for your ball player. Pitch on the way. Inside. Watts away from that one. So 3-0 here. And this one inside. So a 4-pitch walk to Bentley Watts. So Watts will be lifted for a courtesy runner as he's currently the pitcher. As Mason Barrett or Freddie Barrett will step in.
What number? 2? Is that number 2?
Bryson Hale doing the running over at first as Barrett sees a strike. Now, Coach Watts and Coach Battles having a quick chat over by the third base coach's box.
Yes.
Barrett back in the box. Pitch on the way. Bounce foul outside of third base. Barrett grounded to short for the first out in the first inning. Swings at this one, strike 3. So Burgess on.
Number 1, Cannon Milton.
Burgess on to pitch here in the 4th, and he's got a pair of strikeouts already. Cannon Melton. Check over at the runner first. Melton with a sacrifice RBI in the 1st. Pitch on the way, runner going. No throws, the ball slips away. Ames couldn't quite handle that one. But a strike in there. Just a plethora of shoe tying emergencies in this one. We recovered from this one as well. Oh, 0-1 to Cannon Melton. Watts leads from nowhere as he was lifted for Hale doing the running. Watts drew the walk. Bryson Hale is doing the running. He's now down at third after that wild pitch. So runner on third with an 0-2 count to Cannon Melton coming your way here. Young Jack will see an 0-2 pitch right here. Bounce this one off the screen, back behind him. Another Ronald Acuna Jr. fan. Love seeing that from these fellas. High blue socks that look reminiscent of the Atlanta Braves right fielder. Pitch on the way. This is hit into left field. This is up and over the left field. This is going to drive in the lead run. On his way into second is Melton. He is fired up after that RBI double. So Cannon Melton The double drives in Bryson Hale, running for Bentley Watts, and South Carolina now leads this one 5-4. There's a look. This gets over the head of Davis. Maddox Blackman, the Mad Dog. And he pokes one that gets taken out of the air. Nice quick play over there by Flat. Flashing some leather. Here's the double that drove in the lead run. We are heading to the 5th. South Carolina leading this one 5-4. This is the DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports.
Proud to be the diamond sponsor of the 2026 Diamond Youth Baseball World Series. Smash It Sports is your one-stop shop for everything baseball and softball. Top brands, unbeatable prices, and gear trusted by players and coaches everywhere. From T-ball to the World Series stage, we've got your players and teams covered. Use code DYB15 to save 15% off your order at smashersports.com today.
Are you frustrated with league management systems that make you feel like you need an engineering degree to use them? Introducing TeamPass, a youth sports management system made simple. No more complicated pages or confusing websites. TeamPass gives you quick and easy tools for better league management at a price less than a gallon of gas. You can spend less time working and more time playing. Visit www.teampass.com for more information.
The love of the game begins with the bat and ball. This is America's game. More than 5 million people are having fun at bat, and even more have answered the call to play ball. With the help of those who came before, our pastime's future is bright. When the lights are brightest, those who came through the pipeline are ready. All roads lead here. Playing for your country, playing for the love of the game, playing for glory.
Welcome back. We're in the Ozone here at the DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports. I am Bill Smith in the press box. Top 5, 5-4. Bunt attempt to lead off the 5th. Throw from Barrett to first for the out. Real nice play. Barrett to Hale gets the out there. Not to be forgotten, a nice bunt from John Ames to attempt that one.
Next up for Alabama is number 23, Sam Anderson.
So Ames retired. Sam Anderson comes in. Ames, he bounces this one. This will get handled by Watts. He'll just do a nice little flip and a couple pitches, couple of outs. Quick outs here. Here's the bunt. And here's the play. Quick snap throw and a nice stretch over at first. Mason Barrett flashing the leather this weekend. Kid's been fun to watch.
Now batting number 11, Maddox Davis.
So Maddox Davis, he 3 pitches, 3 outs for Alabama here in their half of the 5th. Trying to get right on top of Watts, but short work. Ames, Anderson, Davis down. Alabama done in their half of the 5th as we come to the bottom of the 5th. South Carolina leading this one by 1. They scratched that lead run off in the last inning on the RBI double by Cannon Melton.
62.
Here's a look at the play from third. Play from short, I should say. Snap throw there from Sanchez. Retires the side. Hot day, breezy day at the DYB World Series here in Laurel. And this broadcast proudly sponsored by Smash It Sports, the online pro shop, the largest selection of baseball and softball gear at the guaranteed lowest prices. Shop top brands, get free shipping on most orders, and find everything you need to play your best. Visit smashitsports.com.
Go ahead. All right, so we got 17 for 11 left field. 17's in left. 23. 23 staying in right, and then 2 for 28 is third base. 2's going third base. Gotcha. Coach.
Got our substitutions for Alabama. That last great-looking shot of the flags out in the outfield, brought to you by Wilson Baseball. Make plays any position. All models of Wilson gloves, designed with long-lasting pro-stock leather and trusted by elite players like Mookie Betts and Ellie De La Cruz. Visit wilson.com to learn more. Find your next favorite glove. So South Carolina comes to bat with a 1-run lead here as we play in the 5th inning.
Leading off for South Carolina.
Second day of
Number
bracket
24,
play.
Julian Mosley.
Mentioned that the winner of this one will move on to a next round game tomorrow at 2:45. The loser of this one will remain alive and play this afternoon at 5:15. We'll go through those scenarios as we reach that point in the next inning and a half or so. First pitch strike here. Julian Mosley in there, flew to right in the second inning. Count even to this young man at 1-1. Pitch to Mosley, up high. Mosley, the Buford Middle 8th grader, also plays some basketball out there in his athletic life. The pitch. In there for a strike. Burgess evens this one at 2-2. Two-two pitch to Mosley. Spins this one high, so count has run full. This count is filled up. You can fit nothing more in this count. The pitch. Outside, Mosley will trot down to first with a leadoff walk. Eli Gillette.
For South Carolina, number 17, Eli Gillette.
Eli Gillette stands in there, takes the first pitch ball. Gillette struck out in the second inning. Pickoff attempt over at first, sliding back Mosley. Mentioned it previously, walking an RBI last night for Mr. Gillette here. Pitch on the way, looking to bunt. Offers, misses, strike one. Bigham now a couple steps closer to the grass. Toes right on the edge of the grass as that bunt attempt was shown. Another pickoff attempt over at first. Ball flying in next to Burgess. Coming from the H2O field on the other side. Speaking of which, Florida over Arkansas 4-1 in the 5th in that one. That game just making its presence felt in this one. Bunt is popped in the air. This does land but bounces foul. Ames couldn't quite find it. Charging in was Burgess. But Eli Gillette's bunt attempt foul. 1-2 count here. Coach Watts, a discussion with his hitter. Umpire says, let's go. Burgess says, I have my sign. Pitch on the way. In there for strike 3. So Aiden Sanchez
is number 20, Aiden Sanchez.
popped out to end the second inning. Nice defensive play by first baseman Battles over there. Big game last night with that huge hit. This pitch all the way to the screen. Mosley is going to head down to second. There's the pitch that took down Eli Jalal's well placed inside fastball. Pitch. Spins one in there for a strike. One count. There's some excitement happening on the H2O field behind us. Pitch on its way. Swung over the top by Sanchez. Strike 2. See the breeze blowing in that shot. You see the mangled tent from before, also back to its upright stance. Strike 3. What a pitch from Burgess.
Next up, number 18, Colton Edwards.
Burgess now with his 8th strikeout in the last 2 days. Less than 24 hours, he struck out 8. On the way to third, nobody covering the base. Mosley maybe read that one. Bouncing throw ends up in the hands of the shortstop. Tyner there for the backup. So Colton Edwards now will bat with 2 outs and a runner on third. Pitch on its way. Outside, ball 1. Colton Edwards, young Glacier. Sees another ball off the plate as the umpire indicates. Young Edwards wants to take over his dad's restaurant one day, become a businessman of his own right. Catawba Fish Camp, I'm assuming. Out there in Lancaster, South Carolina. The pitch to Edwards. Popped up back out of play. This one heading back toward the H2O field. 2-2, count even here. South Carolina holding a 1-run edge. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. We have had shoe tying emergencies and now catcher chest protector emergencies. Helmet emergency, perhaps. Burgess set. The pitch. Cut on, missed, strike 3. That ends South Carolina's 5th inning and takes us to the 6th in a 1-run game. Alabama trying to stay alive here. They're down 1. This is the DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports.
See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasting, bread. Cheese, 10 more, go.
I'm getting
Land of Frost Premium Meat, now in hot honey flavors.
I know when I'm putting a Wilson glove on, I don't got to worry. You get over 40,000 pitches thrown throughout a season. It's always trying to stay locked in one pitch at a time, slow down the game, and want the ball to be hit to you.
I want to play every day. No, I like to have fun.
Love this thing. I'm going to probably use this thing as long as I can.
Got to be locked in every pitch. At the end of the day, I just want to get outs for the pitchers.
It holds up throughout the entire season, which is a huge deal when you're playing every day.
I've been using the same glove for quite a while now. It's a testament to the product that y'all have been able to put in my hands.
If people have a Wilson glove, it's one of the best so far. No, the best, it's the best. People know that.
Tired of missing registration deadlines while managing work and family chaos? Team Pass makes youth sports registration simple. Sign up your kids for their favorite activities in minutes from anywhere. Tell your leagues to get Team Pass now. Visit www.
Sixth inning about to get underway here. We're in the Ozone, the DYB World Series. Alabama batting in their half of the sixth, down a run, looking to stay alive here. Watts with a first pitch ball to his opposing pitcher, current pitcher of record, Barrett Burgess. Burgess giving up one run, but 5 strikeouts in this one. Tap to short, sliding across, throw to first, not handled. This ball just into the dirt from Melton. So Alabama gets the leadoff runner aboard. They need a run. So Watts stands atop the hill.
Here we go, B. Here we go, Chase.
Stepping in now, number 7, Chase Trailer.
Shortstop Hale flashing that strong arm on that last one. Melton over at 2. Check of the runner. Burgess holding steady there, as Chase Trailer will look to continue the beginnings of perhaps this rally here. Pitch on the way. Cut on, missed. Little tick there.
65 pitches for Watts. 65.
Watts' pitch count creeping up as he pitches here into the 6th inning. Checks his runner. Short lead over at first. Breaking pitch outside. Burgess with some heavy breathing over there. Effects of the heat, perhaps. He's done some pitching and some catching. Now he's on base in the 6th inning. Strike on the outer edge. Runner's going. Burgess on his way to second. Throw goes all the way into center field, but backed up quickly. So Burgess steals second. So 2-2, runner on second. Watts checks the runner to the plate. Bounces this one, no go. Snipes did a good job of blocking that one. It squirted away, but it stayed in front of him. The count has filled up to Chase Trailer. Pitch on the way. Outside ball 4. So Chase Trailer draws a walk. And now they got the runner hung up. And the ball gets dropped and he scores. So a very weird exchange. Coach Battles talking to the official over at third. Conversation being had here. Here's a look at everything happening. Runner comes into third. So Burgess ends up crossing the plate. Officials are going to hash out what happened here. I think there's a discussion about contact at third base, perhaps. A wild sequence there, and the runner is out. So Burgess out coming to third. So a very weird sequence here as Burgess left second after the walk. He is out at third for an obstruction call.
Umpire, please call the press box. Mr. Umpire, thank you.
So we are going to get word on the happenings here. Okay. Obstruction is the call. It's on the coach himself. So the runner from second is out. The walk to Trailer. Trailer took second base on that exchange. So the lead runner, Burgess, he's out. Trailer, I believe, will be awarded second base because he advanced on that whole shenanigan thing happening. So Coach Watts now wants an explanation of why the runner is at 2. This is quite a situation. I hope everybody... I hope I'm not expressing the amount of confusion that I genuinely feel. I don't want to send that over the airwaves here. So the parts that we know right now, there's one away. Trailer is aboard, whether it be at first or second. I believe he will be at second. I don't think Coach Watts is going to win this argument. So Watts back to his dugout. Trailer at 2, Burgess out due to the obstruction. And we play on. One away, 1-run game. South Carolina leads this one. So Jace Johnson comes to the plate.
Now batting, number 67, Jace Johnson.
Jace Johnson walking a strikeout, scored a run after walking in the 4th. He scored in that 3-run rally that tied the game for this Alabama team. Takes a ball down low for a 1-0 count. Johnson sets himself in the box. Watts, the pitch. This is hit into center field for a base hit. Coming around third is Chase Trailer. He will score, and this game is tied. Johnson heading down to second. He will slide in there on the throw. Jace Johnson with an RBI single has tied this one in the 6th inning. That is a huge hit. Lances this one into right center. Strong throw from center field.
Bryce Battle.
Nothing big here, Bryce. Nothing wrong with seeing something. Nothing wrong with seeing pitching.
So Battles steps in a tie game with a runner at 2. Pitch down low. They look Johnson back. Melton with that real nice throw out of center field. In there for a strike to Battles. Checking his runner. Pitch. This is popped toward first and caught. So Hale pounces on that one.
Next up for Alabama, number 10, Jack Barrentine.
So after the intentional walk, Tyner leads from first, I should say. Johnson after the RBI single leads from second. Watts will now pitch to Jack Barrentine with a tie game and 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Johnson on his way to third. Throw into third. There's the tag. He's safe. And there is Johnson assuredly slid under the tag. There is definitely some disagreement from the South Carolina team, but I mean, my amateur eyes notwithstanding, Johnson slid under the tag.
Hey, Sharp, change it to a 0 for South Carolina.
There's a look there. He's in there. So 1-0. Jace Johnson stands down at third. Tyner stands down at second. 1-0 to the hitter. Watts with the pitch. In there for a called strikes. Strike levels the count at 1-1. Jack Barrentine and his teammate Jace Johnson, both Freddie Freeman fans. Barrentine, like Johnson, looking to come through in a clutch spot here. Johnson down at third. Watts looking to stop things. Pitch on the way. Smacked foul. Barrentine with a long at-bat a couple innings ago against Watts. Fouled off a lot of pitches. Ended up driving a run in on a ground ball to first. Tie game, 6th inning. 2-2 count. Runners at second and third. Watts comes set. Pitch to the plate. In there for strike 3. So Alabama comes back and ties this one.
80 pitches, 80.
And we head to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the last inning here, barring extras. South Carolina with their chance to win this one. So bottom of 6th coming your way in what has been a real fun game. It's hot out there. Both these teams are battling Here's a look at the base hit from Johnson. This just tied things. Long throw from Melton, doesn't get him. But we are tied. It's a fun one going on here. Alabama about to take the field. And South Carolina will come to bat with a chance to take this one. Carson Melton will.
Go ahead. 7's the shortstop. 99 is pitching. 31's in right field. 11's in left field. 28's in third. Who's in the dugout with you? Thank you, sir.
So subs are handled for Alabama, and the new pitcher, your previous shortstop, John Hayes Tyner. J.H. Tyner will be in there, thrown to Ames behind the plate. Another inning of work for that young man. A couple other changes around. Burgess moves to right field. Davis back in left. Flat now back. Sixth inning play over on the H2O field. Florida and Arkansas. You see the score there. Florida leading 7-1. Florida and Arkansas, that's the first game in this time slot for teams that lost yesterday. So a loss there will send the loser of that game home, and whether it's Stuttgart, Arkansas, or Okeechobee, Florida, one of them will move on. There's your weather conditions here in Laurel, Mississippi, as you got to look at the new pitcher, Tyner. So Tyner set for his first inning of work in this one.
Leading off for South Carolina is number 3, Carson Melton.
Carson Melton will step in. Carson Melton, a Braves fan, but admires PCA of the Chicago Cubs. That is a fun player to watch. So is Carson Melton. First pitch high and up over his head. So South Carolina, a run will take this. Otherwise, we will play some free baseball. J.H. Tyner trying to get us to that point. Pitch on the way, outside, ball 2. And everybody in Dothan, Alabama, and Lancaster, South Carolina, edge of their seats for this one. There's a pitch up high. Dothan, Alabama, home of the world's smallest city block. And there's a strike. Lancaster, South Carolina, celebrating birthdays on this team. The birthday boy himself is batting. That is wonderful circumstance. Happy birthday, Carson Melton, as he hits here. Coach Langley as well, they share a birthday. There's strike 2. Melton, birthday boy in there, battling with a full count. Tyner, set, pitch on the way. This one inside. Melton will run from first. A leadoff walk for South Carolina. A tie ball game in the 6th.
Stepping in for South Carolina, number 21, Preston Hale.
So Hale singled, scored a run in the 1st, lined out to first in the 3rd. Not seen him since. Melton leads from first. 0-1, 1-0, I should say, to the leadoff hitter, Preston Hale. Hale shows bunt, runner away. Throw is a little off the base, and Melton will slide into second. So Melton down at 2. 2-0 count to the hitter, Preston Hale. Preston Hale shows bunt, lays the bunt down, pushes it to the left side. No one covering, one. So the runner in to third base and Hale aboard. So the runner moves to third, Hale at first. And a conversation will happen on the mound with the Alabama team.
Stepping in next for South Carolina, number 2, Bryson Hale.
Bryson Hale steps in. Deuce is being put on, so an intentional walk to load the bases. To get to Wyatt Snipes. So bases loaded, nobody out. And Wyatt Snipes stepping in. Looking to finish this one. Infield in real tight to the grass. Pitch on the way. And Snipes hits this one deep. This ball is gone! A walk-off grand slam to end this one for South Carolina. Steps on the plate, completes the four-bagger, and South Carolina moves on a huge hit from Wyatt Snipes. And they win this one 9-5. I don't want to assume anything from my production crew, but I think I have a vote for USA Baseball Play of the Game. I will get confirmation on that. Ooh, we're getting a different one. That's a heck of a play out there. Johnson drives in that run. I'm going to unofficially say that Snipes Play is going to share that one as the Grand Slam wins this one. Here it is.
Respected baselines, please. Thank you.
Gone. The Grand Slam to end it from Wyatt Snipes.
Respected baselines. Thank you.
An unreal finish to this one. This was a heck of a baseball game. Both teams should be very, very proud of this. Alabama fights their way back to tie it in the middle innings. And they lose an exciting one, but South Carolina comes away beating a real good Alabama team. These are two real good teams. What a finish. Wyatt Snipes, the hero in the 6th.
May I have your attention, please? On the field, we have a birthday for South Carolina's Carson
And we celebrate
Melton.
Carson Melton's birthday and the Grand Slam by Snipes and a win by South Carolina. Folks, we've got a lot more DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports coming your way today. Here's another look at the home run. This ball is way out of here, and Snipes ends this one. A win for South Carolina. South Carolina will play tomorrow at 2:45. Their opponent is very unknown because it's going to be either Georgia, Louisiana, Texas, or Virginia. Those teams are all playing amongst each other, and then another round before they get there. So South Carolina will wait for their opponent. Otherwise, we will see you later with more coverage. I am Bill Smith for all the guys in the crew. This thing looks and sounds great. Joel, CVC, Spencer. We're going to have some more here at the DYB World Series presented by Smash It Sports. Thank you, everybody.